So yo, it's the kid, it's the kid, it's the kid. Hopefully I'm not echoing. I'll be back. 1 second. I'll be back. 1 second. I'll be back. 1 second. All right. Just in case I'm not echoing, man. So we have it here, man. It's out. This is what I have been waiting for a long time, which is the Batman suit, the new Batman suit. This is huge. This is huge, and I want to just take you through everything. So I have the images ready up, and we're going to go in. Well, we're going to go in because it's two things. It's the new Batman suit, and I believe we might be seeing the first beginnings of the Giacchino score. So two things: new Batman suit, and I think we'll be seeing the beginnings of the Giacchino score. So obviously, I'll take your comments and everything, but let's just go right in. So first of all, the cowl. Um, you see this. So the first thing you can already notice is he can turn his head. So obviously this is following on from what they did in, I think, Dark Knight, when it was okay. Well, he can actually now turn his head now. So the first thing I noticed that he can turn his head. So my thing about this is that okay, so the jawline is cool. I've never really been big on the jawline. Keaton didn't have a huge jaw. It doesn't really matter. But my thing though is that is that cowl robbery, or is it a hard rubber? Like I'm because you cannot really see what the jaw looks like, so it's a bit strange there. Um, but see, I need a better view of the cowl. Like this is just very shadowy, so you can see it from a certain angle. But my thing about this is that what does it look like from far away? What does it look like from far away? Obviously, I like the mood and I like the lighting. Is he golden angle? Is kind of red lighting? We don't know. So we'll get back to that. And now this is the one here. So is this metal? That's what I want to know. So is this metal or armor? And my thing about it is that, because remember, Homeboy in Batman v Superman, or rather in the comic, he had two suits. So he had the normal kind of gray suits, and then he then had the more bulkier armor suit. So is this a particular version of a suit that he has? You know, and some people have said that, that's the symbol that those. If you actually look closely, those might be batarangs. Those might be batarangs that he can grab hold to and then pretty much flip in. I'm not sure how I feel about the armor. So if this is the main suit, I don't know. So maybe I need to see it in action. But I do prefer the whole Kevlar thing. But then again, if you're going up against really violent people, maybe if you're trying to now make it sort of realistic, maybe you know what, I need some body armor to really protect against foes. I obviously have this one here. So that's what you, because this dude, man, Reeves, he's only given us a small glimpse. He's only given us a small glimpse because I want to see how the cape works now, because it looks weird. It looks weird because so we can see the cowl, I can see the cape, and I can see the armor, but the cape just looks weird from here. The cape just looks weird from here. So my initial thoughts is it is hard to determine what it looks like because we've not really been given a proper look. I mean, from what we've been given, it's hard to determine how it feels and looks, but I like the mood. I like the lighting. The shape looks pretty good. The structure looks pretty good. So, I mean, like visually, you see, that's why even for visually, we're not even really been given that much stuff to go off of. We're not given that much stuff to go off of. So let me see what guys are saying, man. Too much job for you, man. You see, and also, we may have also heard the beginnings of the Giacchino score. I know what I've always said. One of my big beefs of the Nolan series was there was never a theme. You can't release a Batman film without a theme. You know, you can never release you cannot release a Batman film without a theme. You have to have a flipping theme. It's crazy how they do not have a theme. So because you never know, maybe that was just a quick thing that Giacchino or threw away. Because remember during the whole, even before Batman Begins was made, there was a score that was going around. There was like a soundtrack that was going around by Hans Zimmer, but was never actually used in the film. But I'm hoping that that is part of the score for this, because that score looked good. Like the best part of the whole video that Matt Reeves puts out was that the put out was actually the score. So okay, this looks good, and then the score with the image look good. So I mean, back to this whole image thing, man. Yeah, I need to see more of this, because at the moment it feels a little bit, should I say, it may be flimsy, because the cowl looks good. But I'm looking at the cowl connected to the cape and the fact that he's wearing armor. If he's wearing armor, it's cool. But we need to see a full body image of how this armor works, because what I'm thinking is, because you could, because I think obviously you didn't see the video. Yeah, because if you can see in this picture here, what I think is it's different metal plates all put together on him. And it's like, okay, so if it's like that, then, because remember, when Batman had his armor suit in Batman v Superman and in Dark Knight Rises, it wasn't for mobility. It was just for trying to stop Superman. So it was pretty much like an anti-Superman suit. But the difference here, though, is that I think this is the suit, because this isn't bulky. This is literally molded to his body. So I do feel that probably what they've done is a mixture of that Batman v Superman suit and the regular suit. So he's got the armor, but it's armor that is mobile, you know. And I think even remember Matt Reeves was even no, I think they were interviewing Giacchino, the composer, and he said, "No, look, we want to make a stamp. So we want to make a suit that is completely different. So it's nothing like Keaton's, nothing like the Nolan suit, nothing like the Snyder suit." But yeah, man, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, look, man. I mean, see, the beauty about this now is that now we're now hopefully going to be getting more footage. So literally, all through this year, we're going to be getting footage. So this is going to be the year of guys grabbing onto any pieces of production that they can get. But I liked the music. I like the music. So what are you guys saying about this now? I did like the music. Yeah, no, Aaron, so what do you say? They changed up the suit. See, Aaron, I think, look, it's very interesting what you said there. Any good artist wants to make themselves head. Like, if I was making a Batman movie, I've dreamed about making my own Batman movie for ages. And you know what I always said? If I was making a Batman film and I was making a bat suit, one thing, and I've been thinking about this for ages. One thing I would do is first of all, he wears black, but he wears black because he operates at night. And when he operates at night, you want to be like a camouflage. I would make Bruce Wayne, when he goes to make Batman, he paints his entire face black. Do you know how scary that would be if he painted his entire face black? He has his cowl and he's just like this dark mirage. That's what I want to do. So I think when Matt Reeves is coming in, he's like saying to his costume designer, "Look, we have to make a stamp. We have to." And the thing here is that yes, you want to stand out. You want to be unique as any artist does, but you don't want to just be different for the sake of being different. You don't want to just make something that just looks so stupid and so mind-boggling that you're like, wait, what the heck is that, man? So he said inspired. Yeah, I haven't Batman Noel. I haven't read that graphic novel though. People say that this is inspired by the Arkham Asylum suit. I have not read that graphic novel, Batman Noel. Because for me, I've always said that the best Batman suit was the Keaton suit. Hopefully, let me even bring in it. The best Batman suit was this. The Batman Return suit was money. 12/8/7/20. The best Batman suit was, oh man, I mean, this Batman suit was flipping insane, man. My God, look at this sexy thing. Let me bring it up for you, man. Bat 5. Um, the Keaton suit was just off the chain, man. It was off the flipping chain. But look, man, I mean, because remember, just having a good suit isn't enough for your movie to be great. But the heck? Or 1920 by 1080. Or 1920 by 1080. Sorry, wait. Bear with me. 1920 by 1080. Like the Batman Return suit. Oh my god, guys. Look at this suit. When I show you this suit, look at this suit, man. But also another good suit was the Batman Begins suit. I just like the Dark Knight suit. I'm gonna reveal something to you guys, which you guys may find a bit a bit odd, man. Which you guys may not like, but oh, so yeah, man, this suit was money, man. This suit was money, my god, bro. No, guys, the Batman Begins suit was actually pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie, but that Batman Begins suit was actually pretty damn good. All right, what are we doing here? At open. Okay, see this suit now. This suit was amazing. I'll show it to you right now. This was this for me. This is the best Batman suit. This is the best Batman suit. The sculpturing, the how it is sculpted onto his body and so forth, absolutely amazing. Like this for me is the gold standard. Like this was amazing. Like the 89 suit was good. He just went to time because just look at what his eyes look like. Look at how his jawline, how the cowl fits onto him. Beautiful. This was an amazing suit. Like the best. But this was pretty good. This was pretty good. And let me tell you this one now. And this is something that maybe people don't realize. A big thing that they did was, okay, let's make him move his head because we don't want him doing this, you know, because before he could move his head, he had to pretty much do this. But you know what I found though? Because it was a big thing when in the Dark Knight, he could finally move his head. But you know what I found? If I was making him bat suits, I would make him move his head. Because for me, the Batman Begins suit was actually better than the Dark Knight and the Rises suit. The Dark Knight Rises suit is the worst suit of the. That suit is horrible. The Rises suit is an absolute disgrace. But if I was making Batman suit, I would actually not make his neck move. It adds to the animal nature of the character, and it adds to just the scary nature of the character because the fact that his neck doesn't move like that, you feel like, wait, what am I dealing with? This thing isn't human. This thing doesn't even move like a human being. So I've always felt that no, that's actually added to it. That kind of restriction of not being able to move your neck and everything actually added to the character. It looks like the Year One suit. But you know what the funny thing is that I liked it, but I hated the yellow. Initially, because the yellow did look crazy, but you actually got used to it. It's weird, like the yellow shouldn't work. The yellow shouldn't work. But for some strange reason, the way that they just did it, I just think it worked. I just think that it worked in the way that they did it, man. Is it now? This is funny. Liberals chanting blackface. You see, because that was what I was thinking as well. Like, if let's say you get a white guy to go all in black, when people say black, I'm like, if they say that, then you're being a moron, man. You're being a complete moron because blackface is when you're doing it to mock black people. But you know when guys go into the army, like let's say when you go like SWAT team or Marines, they cover themselves in black and green, so their face is black, and they put green stripes because all you see at night, especially if you're going to, in an outdoor place for an outdoor mission, it's green and black. If it's dark night, it's like 12 a.m. All you're seeing is green for the nature and just black at night. So the whole point of Batman, in my view, he operates at night, wants to be concealed, he is stealthy. Bro, why should you have your bit of white just sticking out onto your from your cowl? The rest of you is black. Man, just make your flipping face black. Cover your face completely in black and where you're like, okay, now this guy, he can't be flipping seen. So that's what I'll do. So if people say, "Oh my gosh," I'm like, "Shut the heck up, man! Shut the heck up, man!" Um, but it's I see. But as I said to begin with, a theme. A theme is key. I am hoping what we got in that video was the beginnings of a theme. Was the beginnings of a theme. But yeah, I just want to know, are these batarangs? That's what I want to know. Are these batarangs that we're seeing here? Let me see whether we can actually get a few more images, man. Okay, no, that's the images in dark. I just want to know, are those batarangs? Yeah, man, it's hard to tell, man. It is hard to tell if those are batarangs or not, man. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I have to see how it moves because look, I'll give it to them. This is I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting so this is drastically different from any because again, it's like this is sculpted armor, pretty much. And my thing about it is that what does this actually look like in movement? Because my fear is that this may look odd. Because what I'm worried about is this whole thing because you've got the armor and you've got the cape. So basically, I am just saying, you know what? I'll give it to Matt Reeves. You have me intrigued because I don't know whether this suit is amazing or whether this suit looks like a brick. So, because he's given us enough of a tease to be like, okay, I'm interested. See, like all the people online say, "Oh my gosh, this suit's amazing! This suit is amazing!" Forget those guys. Everyone on Twitter, especially fanboys, you give them any trash, they'll just say it's amazing. They'll just say it's amazing. There is not enough yet to go on to decide whether this suit is money or not. It's interesting. It's interesting. It is a very bold move because I'll give it to him. There's as far as movies goes, because again, like maybe it's inspired by graphic novel and everything, but as far as movies go, this is very different because let me be real with you. The Batman v Superman suit was that literally was year one. No, sorry, Dark Knight Returns. That suit was literally a carbon copy of Dark Knight Returns because Snyder just knows how to just carbon copy films. The Batman Begins suit now. See, now that was different. Which is why I said that Batman, guys, that Batman Begins suit was actually a really good suit. That was actually a really good suit. You know? That was actually a really good suit. You know, that Batman Begins suit was actually a really good suit. Actually, yeah, this is a much better one now. So, and I don't think that Batman Begins suit was really inspired by anything. Same thing with people don't give that what Tim Burton credits, man, because that Tim Burton suit was literally built from scratch. Because remember, before then, he wore gray. Before then, Homeboy wore gray. Okay, he was in his gray flipping pajamas, man. Aha, here we go. You see, now this was a good suit. This was a good suit because see, if you saw this dude 12 a.m. at night rolling down the streets, you would crap your pants. And what makes it so scary is that his neck can't move. So it feels like if it feels like this is a creature. You know, it feels like if there's a real creature here. And I think what was lost in the Dark Knight and in Rises was it felt like, yeah, this is Christian Bale in the suit. You know, but in Begins, it felt like, no, this is something. Even though a few scenes where you're like, okay, yeah, this is definitely Bale in the suit, but for the most part, in Begins, it felt like, oh no, he is something different. But I felt like Tim Burton did that better than anyone. We're like, no, it didn't even feel like if there was Keaton in that Batman suit. It just felt like if there was just someone different. It felt there was someone different because the key thing to the suit is, I mean, look at that. That looks nothing like Michael Keaton. That just looks like something completely different because they've done the eyes, they've done the face, they've sculpted it. So they've just sculpted something completely different here, man. So yeah, man. I mean, To be honest, the his jawline does look serious. There is a very serious, edgy feel that I like from that jawline, you know. And but then again, it's like, what's the film going to be like? What is the atmosphere going to be like here? But what this means that we should be getting. Well, he did say this was a suit test. I was about to say that maybe we'll now be getting more kind of pictures and everything of him moving, but I just think I think this was just done purely for a promo. This was done purely for a promo rather than a suit test, man. Let me see what else you guys are saying, man. Um, so he said the suits. I think the suits will reflect Pattinson's performance. Um, yeah, and see, that's the big thing here because you want a suit that doesn't restrict your performance, you know. And because I think people always said, like, look, with the whole Batman thing, Bruce Wayne is definitely much the aim into Batman, but it's really about Batman. No one cares about Bruce Wayne. No one cares about Clark Kent. No one cares about Peter Parker. Peter Parker, Clark Kent, and Bruce Wayne, they're just there to marinate over the main course, which of course is Batman. But we're really only there about Batman. Apparently, guys, the bat symbol is made out of. Oh, geez, wow. Okay, that's a bit deep. The god that killed his parents. Damn. Said I like the new suits. Okay, so for you that says you like the new suit, have you seen enough of it to really say that the new suit is money? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you say you like the new suit, have you seen enough of the new suit to really form an opinion? With all because for me, you need to see a full body image. First thing, you need a full body image. Okay, wow, this is what it looks like. Another key thing: how does it move? How does it move? Thank you. The bat ears are key. Okay, let's get real deep now. I love Jim Lee is an amazing artist, and Batman Hush is an amazing comic book. I have never really been a fan of short Batman ears. I've never been a fan of that. You know, I've never really been a fan of the short Batman ears. It's just not really been my thing, man. It's just not been my thing. Let me even pull up this thing right now. I've always been a fan of the longer Batman ears, man. Wait, Batman 89. Oh my god, look at this. See, oh my god. Guys, check this out. Check this out. Check this out right now. So let me just pull up a few images for you. Bear with me 1 second. So yeah, I've never been because bat ears are very key. They're very, very key. They're very, very key indeed. So you see, great drawing. And this was obvious, and I think you definitely saw Snyder very much be inspired by this for his Batman v Superman thing. But see, and sorry, the drawing in this is amazing. The Jim Lee's drawing in this, Jim Lee's a flipping amazing artist. First of all, I hate gray. I've always hated gray. Gray is just Batman should never ever wear gray. He should always be black. He should always wear black. And I'm not a fan of short Batman ears. I'm just not a fan of it because it seems too cool and it just seems scary enough. You see, this is what I'm talking about. See, if you look at it, that looks like a bat. That actually looks like a. See, that's the key thing. Because when Tim Burton was making Batman, I was like, no, this is called Batman. Screw the comics. I don't care about the comics. Screw them. I am making a thing of a psychologically, mentally unstable dude who is trying to evoke the feeling and the aura of a bat. So when you just look at that, that looks like a bat. that actually looks like what a bat looks like. Because like, those are what the ears look like. The cow that looks like a bat. So it adds to the fearsomeness of the whole thing. So I've always liked this with those ears. So seeing the ears is going to be big. Yes, it's like, yeah, we have no idea what the ears look like, man. And that's why I've got to just see this thing in moving. I am not a fan of, after seeing Dark Knight and Rises, I am not a fan of seeing the cow separated from the rest of the body. But let me actually bring this in, man. Okay, this is the thing. So yeah, I want to try and bring in your boy, what's it called, Ben Affleck's suit, because I want to know whether Ben Affleck's suit, whether he was actually separated. Oh God, what are we doing here? Yeah, because look, I'll give it to you. Batman's suit was really good. You see, that's the thing about Snyder. Snyder is a garbage brick, like horrible, absolutely horrible. It's like he's an absolutely horrible director. But one thing I've got to give to him though is that the guy is a great artist. Like the Man of Steel suits and all those other kind of suits are money, man. All right, let's see. So you see, this suit was really good. Even if I'm not a fan of short ears, this was a really good suit. This was a really good suit. This was a really good suit. And even here, like that, see, no, that's a good suit. Like how he did the cowl and everything is a really good suit. And I'll keep it real with you. The architecture and the sculpture of the cowl in this and for Keaton, I think looks better than what we have here. You know, because yeah, the sculpting here doesn't really look tight. But then again, see, my thing here is this: is that what kind of film is Matt Reeves making? Because if Matt Reeves is making a really gritty film, a very dark film, a very moody film, a very street film, then maybe this works. Maybe this works, you know. Batman Beyond. You see, yeah, I was never a fan of Batman Beyond. Like, you know, I was never a fan of that whole Batman Beyond. I was like, I mean, interesting take on the story. Not really my thing, man. Not really my thing. It wasn't really a good thing, man. Okay, let's see what else I got to say, man. I don't think the new suit is scary, but then again, we have to see what it looks like. Like, I don't understand anybody that can make a judgment based on what we've been given. All you can just do is speculate. We have to see it in full. We have to see the suit in full. Like, basically, put it this way. This is what I said. These guys are being tricky. When we saw the Ben Affleck suit, it was full on. This is what it is. So you're like, okay, he's going gray. He's Jim Lee, Batman Hush. Boom. Like he doesn't have. When we saw the Batman Begins poster, we're like, okay, boom. This is what he's now going for. And there's like this Batman Begins like promo showreel as well. Like, okay, cool. This is what he's going to go for. We can't. People on Twitter, you are a bunch of reactionary merchants. You cannot make a full judgment on whether this suit is amazing based on the images that Matt Reeves shared and the video that he shared. You just can't. You just can't. Because the angles, and that's my thing about this whole Matt Reeves. Show us the suit. Show us the full suit. Do you know what I do? What I think? I've got it. I know. He wants to see people's reactions. Because if the reactions were mixed or negative, just like Sonic the Hedgehog, they'd change it 100%. So the reason why he's not giving a full thing is like, okay, like, look, before we just give like a full take, let's just show them a tease. Okay, did they like this? Let's show a bit more. Let's show them a bit more. Because I just don't understand why. Okay, look, just show us the flipping suit. Just show him in full on. So I definitely think they're just trying to test the waters. And I think it is dangerous for people saying, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This looks amazing." Look, no, show us the whole full body thing, man. And you see, what do you think of? You see, I've never been a fan of the full-on muscly Batman. Like that has never been my thing, man. What's it called? Okay. Him being super. I mean, yeah, like guy, yeah. This is too much, man. You see, this is too much. I've never been a fan of this. I like my Batman to be a bit more moody. I like my Batman to be a bit more moody, man. And I just think in the Arkham, do you know how much? Do you know the amount of muscles that this guy has, man? Oh, look at that, man! Oh my god! God, this is money, man. Guys, look, wait, check this out. All right, let me bring up these other suits now. Oh, damn, what do I call it? Hush. That's I'm trying to bring up. Yeah, there you go. Arkham. You see, I was never, guys. That's too much muscles, man. Guys, go on. That's it's basically Schwarzenegger. So Arena saying as Batman is now Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like he has so many muscles. So when he's Bruce Wayne, how does he operate? You know. There we go. Oh no, damn it. When the dude is Bruce Wayne, how does it now? Guys, look at that, bro. That is a suit. Because look at that. Just look at what it looks like. See, that should just be the benchmark of everything. Because that looks like one scary ass dude. When you just look at that, like, that is one scary ass flipping dude. That is a dude you don't want to mess with. That's a dude you don't want to mess with. So yeah. So back to this now, like, we can't tell. Like for me, I don't even know what the cow looks like. Like as I think it was even Miranda that said this. What do the horns look like? Do they stick straight up? Do they curve a little bit? Are they short? Are they medium? Are they high? That's a big deal. What the horns look like is a big deal. What his cape looks like, the dimensions of his cape to his cowl is important. All these things are important because it's the cowl, the cape, and how you're making the armor. Even here like this, nice. Okay, cool. We've seen this. What does the body look like? But the key thing is when he moves, what does it look like when he's in action? What does it look like when he is fighting, when he is punching, when he is kicking? What does this mofo look like in full-on action? That's the thing. It's key, man. And so, cartoon comic Batman better than movie Batman. Oh, well, interesting, man. Cartoon comic Batman better than movie Batman. And no, for me, movie Batman all the way, man. Movie Batman all the way, man. All right, guys. Okay, look, man. Well, my final thoughts here are interesting. I am going to watch the video more times and let it fully marinate. But my final thoughts is I'm interested. I'm intrigued, but I'm skeptical. I am skeptical about the armor of the suit. I'm skeptical about the cowl. But I await to see a full body image and this batsuit in action. But I am hoping what I heard of the theme is are the beginnings of a Batman theme. That one of the things about Nolan, as good as it was, them not having a Batman theme really pissed me off. That really pissed me off. That you cannot have a Batman without a theme. When Batman arrives, I'm saying so you have to have a theme. So and because if that's see, let me end with this. Your theme sets the mood of what you're thinking about. So if that's the theme, the film has to be dark. If that's the theme, the film has to be dark. And I have no time for a cool, hopeful, moralistic Batman. I want a Bruce Wayne. See, okay, look. Let me hit it back to this. See, one thing I can say about this though is this looks like an intense Batman. This looks like a Batman that's really dealing with some darkness. I need my Batman dark and moody. So if that is where we're going with, and it's with that theme, then maybe we're on to something. Maybe we're on to something. Maybe we're on to something. So I'm hoping that that is the beginnings of Giacchino's score. So guys, peace out, stay true, and I will keep you updated as we get these Batman news coming in. Peace out. I'm out.